Hi and welcome to another episode of the Weekly Wrap Up with me, Martin Cloete. And this week we're talking property and a bit of insurance again. So let's get started. First off, a group called Renters United, who's a lobbyist group, wants to go to government and ask them to have open-ended tenancies for tenants. Along with a few other things, that's probably the biggest change. So that means that if a tenant doesn't want to leave the property, they don't have to. Simple as that. At the moment, a landlord can give them 90 days notice for them to vacate the property with no real reason to do that. But if this goes into force, it means that they'll stay there until they want to leave. And this would severely limit you as a landlord. Bindi Norwell, who's the chief executive of REINZ, which is the Real Estate Institute of New Zealand, stated, look, they're happy to support things like warming up the homes, getting them safer, and even things like regulating property managers, who at the moment is not regulated. But even she said it's going to limit the amount of landlords entering the market, and also it's going to have a few of them exit the market because it's going to limit them selling their properties. And it makes sense. So let's put that into perspective. You as a landlord have a property that you want to sell. You've got a tenant sitting there that does not want to move. That means you can only sell that property to another landlord that's willing to take those tenants on as a long-term tenant. It limits you in the market. So you can't sell to someone that's looking to buy that property for themselves. You can't sell to first-time buyers. You can only sell to another investor. Joel Oliver from Super City Mortgages in a blog post said that 29% of mortgage lending was attributed to first-time buyers and only 16% was for investors. So wouldn't this actually make that worse? If you have no stock because everything is a sitting tenant and you can't sell to first-time buyers, won't that actually dry up the stock and actually push up the prices again? I don't know. What's your thoughts? Now there's two exciting events coming up in August if you are in the real estate industry. First one is Tom Panos from Australia, who's the property coach and probably one of the biggest influences of the real estate market. He's coming over to New Zealand on the 6th of August to talk at the REINZ Centre of Excellence in Auckland. I think it's about an hour and a half session and $115 per ticket, and afterwards there's a few drinks and nibbles, but it's probably going to be money well worth spent because he's going to talk about things like dominating the digital industry and how to get more listings and how to get more sales. I mean, isn't that what you want as a real estate agent? So well worth the effort and well worth the investment to go see him. The second one is if you are a property manager, Angela Little is running a property management workshop on the 22nd of August down in Christchurch, and she'll be talking about things like prospecting and growing your role, and also giving you a few tools to help you just again dominate this industry. Well worth the effort and the investment, and I think that's about $65 per ticket. And I'm sure you'll walk out of that event with a lot more tools just to help you gain traction in this industry. So well worth that event as well. Go check them out and just let us know how it was. Now for an FMA story. Love these. So the FMA prosecuted a guy called Gary Patterson for trading as a registered financial advisor when he wasn't allowed to, didn't belong to a dispute resolution scheme, and was giving out financial advice when he wasn't really allowed to do this. So he did that between 2003 and 2015, and it was only brought to their attention when a complaint was laid against him. So they took the steps and invited him to an interview, which he failed not to go to, which is a big no-no. If the FMA tells you to come to an interview, you go to the interview. Simple as that. Failed to do that, which is another law that he broke, which has resulted in a sentence. But before that, in 2003, he was sentenced to 8 months imprisonment for an insurance matter relating to the Crimes Act of 1961. So it's not the first time he's done this, and he's a bit of a repeat offender. He was sentenced to 200 hours community service and 3 months community detention. I mean, granted the guy's 63 years old, probably not going to last in prison, but at least the FMA still took the necessary steps to get him out of the industry. So at EndorseMe, we're trying to regulate this as well, to give the consumers more trust when they're dealing with a professional. So if you're a subscribed member, we do the checks for you, the background checks. We make sure that you're regulated, you belong to the right schemes. And once we've done all that, we place a badge on your profile to say that they can trust you. It's going to just create a bit more trust for the consumers. I suppose on the flip side, if you're going to be dodgy, you're probably not going to be on a social media space or an internet space, so you probably won't be on EndorseMe to start with. But we're still doing these checks to make sure that people can trust you as a professional. So go check it out. Just want to say welcome to our new EndorseMe members. We've got Mulholland from Barfoot and Thompson. We've got Phillip Smith from Next Advisory, who's an accounting firm. And then we also have Shaun Bay from Loan Market. And Shaun has signed up, and within his first week already has 5 amazing reviews. but check them out. Well done, Shaun, and welcome to all the guys. We look forward to working with you in the future. The tech or social media news, Facebook is working on a new tool called Brand Collabs Manager, which is basically a tool that's going to allow brands to collaborate with creators on Facebook. So they're trying to steal the limelight a bit from YouTube here by having people create content, and then the brands can see if they align with them and then partner up with them. So it's kind of more influencers is going to be able to promote their products and that kind of thing, but they'll be able to monitor all these people on Facebook and see if they actually want to work with them, and then this platform will give them a third-party platform where they can come together and work with those creators to then just promote their products even more. So it's just another way of Facebook getting another big slice of the pie, and I think this is going to be one of the bigger things that they do coming up. Still in development, but I suppose it should be here soon, so keep an eye out for that. So if you have any questions on any of the things I spoke about today, just leave your comments below. Happy to answer them, and until next week, see you later.